have a new add-on release, and again, we've seen a higher demand for this for our users outside of the United States. You can now set tax and VAT rules that will be charged during any payment attempt on the website, whether it's a new sign-up for a paid account, whether it's purchasing leads, digital products, pay per post. You can set localized rules based on the country and then also a state or province. And if the billing address matches the tax rules for that country and state or province, the tax will be applied. David, you put together a few slides here that I think will do a good overview of this new add-on. And I know in some countries you're obligated to show on the invoice exactly what the VAT amount is. So this will definitely help those users as well.
Yeah, so just going into the basic details of what this add-on does. Like you mentioned, it's at the core, it's location-based tax and VAT rules for your checkout pages and also for your invoices. So by default, it won't come with any kind of preset tax or value-added tax rules. You can manually add those in based on whatever regulations you might need to comply with, where your members are located, like you mentioned. If you're outside of the US, specifically maybe like in Europe, where value-added taxes are more popular, then you can add in the specific rules for what may apply to you. So with this add-on, you can create as many tax rules as you'd like, and these tax rules will be applied to all of the payments processed on your website. And these tax rules, they can also then be created to apply to all of your customers regardless of their location, or you can create tax rules specific to the customer's location. So once they put in their billing details, the system gets their location. If you have any tax rules for that specific location, those tax rules will then dynamically be applied to the checkout page so that they can see those separate taxes applied to their total checkout price. And then if you were to send them PDF invoice later on of the transaction, they'll then see those separate line items for your taxes that have been applied. So not every website will need the Tax and VAT Manager add-on. Like we mentioned, it's really useful for specific locations. Other locations, it won't really be necessary. So some instances where this may be valuable to you is if your government requires you to collect sales or value-added taxes, or at least specify them separately on invoices, or if you want to have those separate line items on your checkout pages and also your invoices for taxes. And then another instance may be if you want to charge for taxes or additional fees on top of the membership plan price that you're charging your customers or your members. So you could look at this not solely in terms of charging people for taxes, but because you can create these custom rules, it could be for taxes, it could be for value-added taxes, it could be for additional fees that you might want to tack on to the checkout pages. You can really get pretty creative with how you create and apply these rules.
Awesome. It is very straightforward. So what we'll do is we'll just create a few rules and see how the taxes are listed and defined on a checkout page. So if you have the VIP Add-ons Club, you already have this in your arsenal in your admin area. But let me show you exactly where, let's start from the dashboard, where you can edit this. Let's start from the admin dashboard here. Where you want to find your tax and VAT settings, it's going to be under the Finance section, Payment Settings area. And what you'll have here, obviously your connected gateway will be here, and you'll have this drop-down toggle here, Additional Settings, and you can begin to create location-based tax rules, tax and VAT rules with this link here, Tax VAT Settings. I'll go ahead and click that link right now. And actually, let's go to a checkout page together first. Let's look at one of our membership plans. Here we go, sample premium plan. This is a monthly price of $9. Let's change this just so we can see the math on this very simply. Let's set it to $10 per month. And we'll use this as the example. We'll go to the sign up page. And Also in this example, let's pretend that I am located in Canada, in British Columbia. So we can see here the order summary shows $10. And if I came to the billing information section and I chose Canada and British Columbia, I don't have any tax rules set yet. So we could see nothing has changed in the order summary. It's just a flat $10. Let's go ahead and create a tax rule for billing addresses that are in Canada within British Columbia. So back to the tax VAT rules page, I'll click on New Tax Rule. And tax name, this is what it'll show on the checkout page as the line item. I don't know if they use VAT or tax in Canada. I think it's VAT. I'll just use that, I'm not sure. And we'll choose Canada, and then the region, the provinces will open up here, British Columbia. And let's say it's a 10% tax rate. And actually you can have two service charges or tax charges applied based on a location. So the tax rule order, you can have a primary and secondary. So maybe one is the tax or VAT, and one is a service charge from your website, whatever that might be for. So let's just choose primary and 10%, and we'll save the changes. Great. I did forget one more thing. Up here next to new tax rules, you want to make sure you have exclusive or inclusive selected if you want to enable taxes. Exclusive means the tax price will be charged on top of and in addition to whatever the current listed price is. So we have $10. I want to charge a 10% tax. My total, if I chose exclusive, would be $11. Inclusive means that the final price for the customer is going to be what they see, and we're going to refactor what those taxes are, so the final number in this example wouldn't be more than $10. Let's look at it with both instances. So let's start with exclusive, and this will automatically save. And basically we're enabling taxes on the site now. Great. And let's refresh the page. Okay, let's choose the monthly of $10. And we'll choose Canada again and British Columbia. So now we can see the subtotal is $10, and there's a VAT of 10%, which equates to $1. So our total today will be $11, and moving forward as well. Let's add a secondary charge to this, another tax rule. So we'll create a new tax rule. And we'll call this, what's cool is you can choose what it says on the front end. So if it's a service charge, we'll just call it service charge. And again, we'll do Canada and British Columbia. And let's say there's a 2.5% service charge, and this will be the secondary rule. All right, so now we have two taxes that are applied to British Columbia. One is a VAT, and another one we're calling it a service charge or automatic donation or whatever you want to get creative with. And we'll refresh this page again. Okay, and we'll choose the monthly price. Canada, British Columbia, and if I just click away, so now we see, and it really looks kind of professional here with the taxes included. So we have a subtotal of $10 for the monthly charge. There's a VAT of 10%, which equates to $1. Service charge of 2.5% equates to 25 cents, and a total of $11.25 for this ongoing monthly subscription. So that's with the exclusive tax. And what really it makes this valuable is sometimes you want the total to just be that number that you advertise. So maybe $95 or, those round numbers that we like so much to be the final price. So what really the magic is with this add-on is you can choose this option that's inclusive, and it's going to hold that $10 as the final price. Basically, taxes are included in the listed price. So let's refresh this one more time. All right, we'll choose that $10 monthly price. And again, we'll go Canada and British Columbia. Awesome. So we can see here that, the subtotal is $8.89. So that's like the retail cost of the item. And then it's automatically kind of reverse engineered what the taxes and the service charges should be so that the customer isn't billed more than kind of what the advertised price was, in this case, $10. So it's really cool that you can choose both exclusive or inclusive. The subtotal will kind of subtract itself to make way for the taxes and the service charges so that the final total that the customer or member is billed will be that flat number that you advertised or is listed on your site. So it just depends how you want to do it. And then you can continue making as many tax rules as needed for your site and for your business.